Hi everyone, welcome to my tutorial. Today I'm Katarina and I am going to make a really gorgeous card using the Color Your World collection, which was designed by the very talented Monica. Her YouTube channel is Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I will add some links in the description box below where you can check out her own tutorials and also this full collection. I think it is just stunning. So as you can see, this digital collection is jam-packed with goodies. You can find altogether 20 design papers. 11 of those on the top, there are lovely colors, and on the bottom row in those 9, Monica arranged them into gorgeous patterns as well. In the collection I also included some files where you can create your own shaped cards, like an art palette shaped card, an artist apron shaped card, a pin tube shaped card, or an artist easel shaped card. And also you can find the paint brushes and some paint splashes which you can use as stencils. Today I'm going to be using the palette card set to create my gorgeous card. You can also find a full A4 sheet of sentiments in this collection. And in here I have printed out those gorgeous design papers, and there are 11 colors altogether. I'm not sure at this point how many I was going to use yet. So the art palette card set includes the back panel, the front panel, and any mats and layers that you will need to create your card. So I've cut out the card base twice of white cardstock. This is the largest one, and I set it to about A5 size, so I was able to cut it off a A4 sheet, the two of them. And for the back panel I decided to go for the mat with this lovely vibrant yellow, and also for the front. But in here I'm deciding, should I or shouldn't I use that white card base for the front? But then I decide against. I kind of like that yellow of the hole poking through from the back as well. So I just set that aside and I will use it on a different make. I'm going to use my all-purpose Cool glue to attach the yellow panel onto the back panel. And I'm going to take my scoreboard and I'm going to score down on the top of this card at 3/4 of an inch. This will create the hinge for me, which will allow me to create my card base basically. So I'm taking this yellow, which is exactly the same size as the back white panel, only this one has the little finger hole on it. So I am adding glue just to that hinge that I created on the scoreboard, and I'm making sure that I'm burnishing it down very, very well so the card will stick nicely together. I am not yet going to glue the white panel on the front because I will want to decorate this later. First, however, I want to create my flowers. I have this die in my stash which measures 1 3/4 of an inch-ish across, and I know because I did a trial run with some scrap papers, I've cut these out and I know that I will be able to fit 7 of these on my card. I have 11 colors in here. I will have to choose 7 which I want to use. I'll deal with that later. First of all, however, I have to decide if I want to just cut these out using my die, or do I want to stamp these first, because these dies come with a matching stamp, and at this point I was quite undecided. I am going to cut these out of camera and stamp and heat emboss some, and then I will come back and show you the result and which way I've decided. And here are the results: one stamped and heat embossed with white embossing powder, the other one just die cut. I decided to go against the heat embossed version as much as I love it. It really looks so cute. But I felt that all the details were covering up too much of the gorgeous design on these papers that I really wanted to show off on this card. But it definitely is an idea for a future project because, as I said, I love how that little flower turned out. So altogether I had 11 of these papers and I've cut them all out, but I'm only going to be using 7. But first it's time to decorate a little bit my front panel, and I decided to go with a splattered design in here. I'm just using ink splatters of Mermaid Lagoon, Mustard Seed, and Picked Raspberry Distress Oxide inks. I'm diluting them a bit with water on the side that you can't see in here, and I'm adding loads of splatters in. Now it doesn't show that much on camera in here, but in real life it's lovely, and I will take some close-ups for the end of this video for you to see. The pink shows up a little bit more in there. I'm just going to use my heat tool just to give it a quick blast to make sure it's nice and dry, so I'm not going to smudge anything in there when I'm gluing this on top of my card base. So I wanted to use some of the brushes as well, and there are 6 different designs altogether in this collection. I chose 2, and they each come in 3 parts. And for the bristle part, I decided to cut them out of these design papers that I cut the flowers out from as well. I just thought it was a fun way to create them rather than just adding color with my ink pads or cut it out of a plain color cardstock. I used the design papers. Using my all-purpose color glue, I layered this on top of my card front, and it will leave it nice and strong. It will stand up so beautifully. I will show you a little footage of a video of what way it stands up later. In here, I'm just arranging everything that I will want to add, well, the flowers anyway, that I will want to add to this card. And the little sentiment I chose, if you can dream it, you can do it. And I layered it up on that same yellow cardstock again, adding some faux pads to my sentiment. I'm going to glue that one in place first. And then using my hot glue gun, I'm just adding every one of those flowers, arranging them in a lovely pattern all around the palette. And because I had all these flowers prepared before I started recording again, I just realized that I didn't have any footage of shaping my flowers into these lovely dimensional ones. So that's what I'm going to show you next with some of the colors that I chose not to use for this card. So I'm just pinching every single petal downwards, and then I am bending them upwards from the middle. And I'm just going to this to every single petal in there, and this is how I created my flowers. Easy peasy, and I think they look really, really cute. So the next thing to do is to add my brushes. I was playing with the idea of using them just white, but they got pretty lost. So I came back with some ink pads to add some colors to them, because it's a colorful card, so why not add some more colors to these as well. I used Mauve Lawn and Mustard Seed Distress Oxide inks on these. So I went a little bit light-handed for the handle of these brushes, and for the middle part of the brushes, so the next section, the little section that will be glued onto these ones, I went much heavier-handed. And I did it this way just to separate the 2 parts on each brush a little bit, but I didn't want to introduce new colors, and I didn't want to have the whole handle to be very strong on colors, because I really wanted the flowers to be the main focal point of this card. I didn't want the brushes to take that over, but they are still lovely and colorful, which goes very well with the theme of this card. So I'm gluing the parts together. As you can see, what would be the bristle part of the brush is cut out of that lovely design paper. Yellow for this one, and I chose the bluish purplish for the other brush in there. So I'm just going to assemble the second brush as well. And this card is coming together so very nicely. I think this would make such a gorgeous card, not only for artists, but for any creative people or for people who love flowers, who love color in their lives. This would make just such a lovely card. Monica added 29 different sentiments onto this set, so there are a lot of options to choose from, whether you want to just have a pick-me-up card or a birthday card or an inspirational card, for any occasions really you can choose. There are a lot of options to choose from. And to finish off my card, I'm just adding some gems for the middle of each flower, and I'm choosing corresponding colors to those papers as much as I can. All of them except one are from the Chloe's range, except that orangey one, which is from the Art Studio one. It's like a coppery color, and I think they all just match the color to the design papers very, very well. And just add a little sparkle and shine in there in the middle of those flowers, just the way I like to make my flowers. And all that is left to do is just to add some more sparkle to these flowers. So I'm using my Crystal Clear Sparkle Pen by Spectrum Noah, and I'm just brushing across all those petals and all the flowers. Once this dries, this leaves it with a lovely, gorgeous shine. When it first goes on, it darkens the paper a bit because it leaves it kind of wet, but it dries pretty quickly, and we are left with that lovely shine in there. I will include some close-ups at the end. and of course a bit of sparkle on the brushes as well. And this is it, the card's ready. It stands up very nicely, and as I promised, a little close-up footage shows you how the card stands up. It's just perfect. And also the rocket movement. What a fun card this is. And I'm going to close in now just to show you all the lovely gorgeous sparkle on those flowers, and you can pick up on the splatters in the background as well. I think it just came together very well. Here's a close-up photo of everything together. I really enjoyed creating this card, and I really hope that you liked this tutorial too. And if you did, please don't forget to check out Monica's collection. Link is in the description box below. And also do not forget to subscribe to my channel, give me the thumbs up, and comment below if you like this card. I will be back very soon with another tutorial, and until the next time, bye!